Get your kicks. You probably know what comes next on Route 66. The iconic highway is celebrating its 100th birthday in 2026.
There's an entire subculture devoted to what some people call the Mother Road, or America's Main Street, with legions of fans around the world. But to truly experience it with all its history, long-forgotten towns, old gas stations, abandoned motels, and endless stretches of surreally quiet road, you need to drive it. And that's what we did in 2020 during COVID, which turned out to be an immensely interesting time to take this journey.
We headed out on the quintessential American road trip from Chicago. As the song says, it winds from Chicago to LA, more than 2,000 miles all the way. All the way is through 8 states.
Once outside Chicago, it didn't take long to start running into the kitschy sights that Route 66 is known for. There's the Kicks on 66 ice cream shop in Joliet, the Polka Dot Drive-In in Braidwood, and an old Texaco station in Dwight that's on the National Register of Historic Places.
Who amongst us here remembers you can trust your car to the man who wears the star?
Big, bright Texaco star.
I'll bet they came out and not only filled your tank, but washed your windows.
Those days are gone forever. Also what's gone forever is the 33 cents a gallon that gas is.
We had our first of many face-to-face meetings with one of the giants of Route 66. The Gemini Giant here at the former Launching Pad Drive-In in Wilmington, Illinois, is just one of many such behemoths that dot the landscape along America's Main Street. Since 1962, the various muffler men, as they're known, have been used to sell everything from hot dogs to cars and from fried chicken to, well, mufflers.
Driving through rural Illinois today is likely not much different from 100 years ago, when Route 66 was created from a patchwork of rural and state roads. We often ran into the original road that's no longer drivable. When the interstates came along, it changed everything for the towns along Route 66, which ultimately was decommissioned in 1985.
Each state along the way has its own Route 66 museum, like this one in Pontiac, Illinois, which features memorabilia and murals, which are also a big part of the Route 66 culture. Farther south in Springfield, we said hi to Abe, we sampled Cozy Dogs, and we braved Dead Man's Curve, which earned its nickname the hard way back in the day.
With Illinois in the rearview mirror, we passed through St. Louis as we headed for Cuba, Missouri, which is famous for its murals. We spent the night at the historic Wagon Wheel Motel that's been serving weary travelers since 1935. The owner, Connie Eccles, told us that half of her guests every year are from foreign countries.
Well, in foreign countries, they say it's a prestige thing to come to the U.S. and drive the whole route. Any vehicles like that Australian group, they will ride their motorcycles on Route 66, then they ship them to Australia and sell them for more money because they've been on Route 66.
Kansas was next up. It's the state with the least amount of Route 66, but they make the most of it with a tribute to the animated movie Cars at an old Canatex gas station.
Stroud, Oklahoma, and the Skyliner Motel awaited us that night before making our way to Chandler, Oklahoma, and a visit with Jerry McClanahan, who literally wrote the book on Route 66. It's a hugely helpful guide that led us the entire journey. The guidebook was a work of love for McClanahan, who has fond memories of traveling the route as a child.
It is the cars, the neon signs, the old gas stations. I love the mid-century, and it's just the whole era. The freedom to drive, the Old West, the mountains, the desert. Everything comes together in Route 66 for me.
3 days into our journey, and we have the halfway point in our sights. But first, a quick stop in Oklahoma City, then Lucille's gas station in Hydra, Oklahoma, and the Conoco Tower gas station, an Art Deco masterpiece built in 1935 in Shamrock, Texas.
It's obligatory to stop at the Cadillac Ranch in Amarillo, Texas, which has little to do with Route 66. And then we are officially halfway to LA. It's Adrian, Texas. It is the official midpoint. So basically we've come this far.
And we have that far to go. Next time, join us for more motels, murals, and muffler men as we head toward the finish line of Route 66.
We're celebrating the 100th birthday of Route 66 with highlights of our journey on the Mother Road during COVID a few years back. In our previous segment, we set out from Chicago, headed to LA, and saw the kitschy attractions, old motels, and giant muffler men that have made Route 66 so popular with people around the world. We made it to the halfway point in Adrian, Texas, with New Mexico on the horizon.
Of all our stays in classic mid-century Route 66 motels, our favorite was the Blue Swallow in Tucumcari, New Mexico. It was like going in the Wayback Machine to the 1940s, with the beautifully restored motel's pastel-colored buildings, each room with its own garage. And then there's the neon. Route 66 still owns the market on neon signs, and none shine more brightly than in Tucumcari, which would have been a beacon in the desert for Route 66 travelers 80 years ago.
While the Blue Swallow was loved and restored, many motels weren't and didn't survive, like this one just down the road in Santa Rosa. That was the fate for many motels, gas stations, and small towns once the interstate came along, bypassing Route 66.
A quick drive through Santa Fe, and we were on to Gallup, New Mexico, where we spent the night at the iconic El Rancho Hotel. Everybody who was anybody back in the golden age of Hollywood stayed there while shooting nearby. Each room has a plaque outside touting which legendary movie star stayed in that particular room. We had high hopes for sleeping where Humphrey Bogart or John Wayne once did, but alas, we got Joel McCrea.
One of the most scenic stretches of the Mother Road is in northeastern Arizona, where it goes through the beautiful and colorful Painted Desert and the Petrified Forest National Park. Nearby, Holbrook, Arizona features the famous Wigwam Motel, but we were just passing through with Winslow, Arizona on our GPS. Long before the Eagles' classic song Take It Easy immortalized Winslow and its now famous corner, it was a popular Route 66 stop and a railroad hub.
We visited the original Muffler Man, created in 1962 in Flagstaff, Arizona. He's a giant Paul Bunyan holding an axe and today stands fittingly at Northern Arizona University, the home of the Lumberjacks. Williams, Arizona was one of the last towns along Route 66 to be bypassed by the interstate in the early 70s. The historic Grand Canyon Hotel, the oldest hotel in Arizona, dating back to 1892, was one of many businesses adversely affected. Current owner Oscar Fredrickson says a new railroad spur was built in the early 80s to take people to the Grand Canyon.
Then all of a sudden the town had a rebirth because once the train started, then people started coming here to ride on the train.
If you've gotten the impression that driving Route 66 is smooth sailing, it's anything but smooth in some places. In fact, some parts aren't even drivable. There's gravel road, dirt road, whatever this is, and sometimes the road just ends. There's also original concrete roadway that has its own soundtrack. Don't know if the audio is picking up the thumpity thump of this road, but this is actually original road from 1933. That's where they tried to fix the original surface.
Then we came upon the perfect ribbon of road. It was a hazy, hot desert road that was silent and peaceful, with only a stray car here or there. It was mesmerizing.
The infamous Oatman Highway, which even today is windy and treacherous, had its own challenges, including this guy who always gets the right of way.
Finally, we made it to California, which we discovered was very stringent when it came to COVID restrictions. We had trouble finding open public bathrooms, even in gas stations and fast food restaurants. We spent the night in Barstow at the Route 66 Motel, which had definitely seen better days. An encounter with some sketchy patrons in the motel parking lot and a pounding on our door at midnight made us glad we were only there for one night.
Breakfast the next morning was at the Barstow Denny's, which had set up a dining room of sorts in the parking lot in order to stay on the right side of COVID restrictions. This was our last day, and we spent it driving Route 66 through San Bernardino, Pasadena, and LA, passing iconic landmarks and ending at the Santa Monica Pier.
As the sun set, our Route 66 adventure was at an end, and it had been magical. Sure, COVID complicated things, and yeah, there were times we got lost and had unsettling encounters. But overall, this journey was truly special because it was the quintessential American road trip. We have visited more than 120 countries and can proudly say America is the best. And it's beautiful no matter what road you drive it on. But there's nothing quite like Route 66.